how to take PTO, also known as paid time off or vacation days, or if you're in another country, it might be known as a holiday for you. This episode is for you if you are a business owner, a corporate-preneur, a solopreneur, or a leader of a team. PTO is not just for the CEO. And it sounds so simple, right? Take PTO. And yet not many people do it. Why not? Because it's kind of a complicated thing. And in this episode here tonight, we'll be going through 5 ways you can ensure that you're taking PTO with your laptop away. We'll be addressing all the false beliefs that you have. Because chances are when I said take PTO, you had a whole bunch of sentences and statements and reasons why not. And we're going to address all of those here this evening and talk about how you can ensure that you're taking PTO and perhaps with your laptop away, tucked in the corner. And for those who have been following me for a while, you know I have a team of at least one other person, right, help me out. And one of the ways that I'm going to talk about it tonight is not to hire people, right? I'm not saying take PTO only when you hire people. We're going to go into that a little bit this evening as well in one of the 5 ways. Essentially, but I was taking PTO while doing my day job and my business even a couple of years ago, right? I still take PTO even before hiring my team, right? And I still do. And there happened to be a viral post on LinkedIn from Matt Stevenson, the CEO of Code to College. And the post was a picture with him, his wife, and his kids. And they were on a roller coaster. And he captioned it, "Take the PTO," right? That was it, right? People went bananas on this post. And my story is that essentially when I started my business while doing my day job in my business, right? And then I went full-time in my business. But even when I had my day job in my business, even before I even had my business, I had my day job, right? I still took PTO. There was a whole thing around the office where people would see me, especially the people who I didn't work directly with. They would catch up to me in the hallway or on the shuttle, and it'll be like, "Vanessa, where are you off to next?" Because I was always just doing something, right? And here's the thing, though, don't get it twisted. I still got promoted, and I still was rewarded with very generous bonuses, right, at my job, even for the work that I was doing, even when I was taking PTO, right? And so then I became a full-time business owner, and in that part of that whole transition, right, then became a full-time business owner, and my mantra is to have fun, make money, and share, right? And I also take time off. So no matter which world you're in, there are so many people who don't take PTO, whether you're in the employee phase, whether you have your business and your day job, whether you just have your business all together. There are so many people who do not take PTO. They don't take that vacation time or that holiday off. And there's so many reasons for that. But those reasons are also false, right? And we're going to go into this evening, eradicating all those thoughts that you have coming up for you in terms of why you cannot take PTO or why you believe you can't take PTO. All those are false beliefs. And I'm going to literally be addressing them tonight, belief by belief by belief. If you come up with something that I haven't addressed, by all means, put it in the comments. Let's have a conversation, right? And before we get into that, though, I know some of you are likely new. Welcome. You're listening to Entrepreneurship is a Marathon with yours truly, Vanessa Zami, every Tuesday live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. My name is Vanessa Zami, and I'm known as the Business Defibrillator, helping to bring life back to my clients and their businesses. Specifically, I consult entrepreneurs and small business owners on how to revive, grow, and scale their business without overwhelm, without burnout, and without sleep deprivation. And as always, in every episode, right, I want you to type in the comments, what has been your win of the past 7 days, right? What has been your win of the past 7 days, right? So I do this show on Tuesday, so it's only Tuesday of this week specifically, but think about the last 7 days, right? From the last episode to this episode, what has been your win? What is something that you would like to celebrate right here? What something you would like us to celebrate with you here, right? And what has been your win? So type in even if you're watching a replay, put hashtag replay. If you're watching on YouTube, scroll to the bottom, hit the red subscribe button, and then scroll even more into the comments and put hashtag replay and type in what has been your win of the week, right? My win of the week. So in the last episode, I talked about how, we've had a great intern who started with us and she's been doing an amazing job. Well, the win of this week is that yesterday I'm working with that same program in New York, and they said we're getting 4 more interns, and I was like, okay, so that's a win. We're getting 4 more interns and help for the week. But as I mentioned, we're going to this evening I'm not going to say get help and then you will get PTO, because as you probably tell, there are people even with teams who don't take PTO, right? But essentially, what has been? But enough about that. Back to this win. What's been your win of the week, right? What has been your win of the week? In the past 7 days, what is something you like to celebrate? It could be business, it could be personal, but type it in the comments or in the chat below, whether you're watching on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. With that being said, let's get into it, right? How do you take PTO? How do you take PTO, right? It's very easy for people to say, take PTO, go on vacation, do this holiday. But how do you actually take PTO? Well, let's talk about false belief number 1 that you may have. You might be saying to yourself, I don't deserve PTO. I haven't hit my goals yet, right? There's still more work to be done. I can't take vacation now. There's still more work to be done. And my response to you is, you don't deserve time off? Well, yeah, Vanessa, you're probably saying, yeah, Vanessa, I don't deserve time. I haven't hit 1 million followers yet. I haven't gotten the VP role yet. I haven't hit level 4 of my network marketing system, right? I must continue to work hard and burn midnight oil. I don't deserve time off. Here's the thing. You need the time off, right? You literally need the time off. And you can feel that you need the time off. That's probably why you're watching this episode or listening to this on the podcast, right? But you can feel that you need the time off because there's a part of you that's exhausted. Like, you're literally exhausted and you are literally on the verge of canceling yourself out, like canceling yourself out from doing anything at all. And when it comes down to it, PTO doesn't have to be anything big. It doesn't have to be anything that's like, oh, take this whole 1 month off, right? Or take a whole week off, whatever it may be, right? It could literally be something as short as just like half a day, right? And then you make it a day. But you need the time off because the fact of the matter is, you are the one who's like responsible for the mission and purpose that you're working on. And you may have heard the saying, right? You can't pour from an empty cup. Well, your cup is running on empty. The gas tank and maybe a little close to that E line, just a little bit, right? So I know gas may be expensive right now. You're probably like, I'm just make it go all the way to the E before I fill it up again, right? Don't don't trick yourself like that, okay? Ensuring that you are having your cup full so that you can continue to show up for everyone else around you. Now, false belief number 2, you might be saying to yourself, but Vanessa, PTO's for the CEO, well, like Matt, you're like, well, Matt's the CEO. Of course he took time off. Or Vanessa, you're the CEO. She's the CEO. Of course they're the CEO. Of course they take time off. We're doing all the work, right? And we'll go to the solopreneur version of this in the next belief. But right now, let's say you're an employee or an entrepreneur, and you work for someone else. Or let's say you're a contractor / freelancer, right? But you have these big company clients, whatever it may be. You're like, yeah, they could take PTO. CEO, right? Like, that manager, that VP can take PTO, but I cannot. Like, I'm doing the work, obviously, right? And first of all, the CEO, your assumption is that the CEO doesn't do work, right? And it's sort of like, well, who do you think is getting the funding, managing public relations, ensuring the pieces move together so that the vision is clear so that you can do your work more effectively, right? Your workload does not become, a person's workload does not become less valuable or become non-existent at a higher level, right? Even if they have a team. So, like, no, this is false news, right? Literally, this is false. That reasoning does not make sense, right? It's not because there's a CEO that they can take time off and you cannot. That's not how that works, right? We'll talk about how it does work in the last belief here. But it's actually, then let's say you are a solopreneur and you're full-time in your business, right? Or maybe you have you're a solopreneur, you have an entrepreneur, but you have a few team members, maybe part-time, maybe you play some agency contracts, whatever it may be, right? Or maybe you're your own employee. You're your own employee and you do everything. You're like, well, Vanessa, I can't take PTO. Right? This is false belief number 3. You're like, I can't take PTO right now, Vanessa. I just cannot take the vacation days. But when I hire, then I will go on vacation. When I get other people to do the work for me, then I'll go on vacation, Vanessa. Then I'll go on vacation. But right now, I'm doing it all myself. Can't happen. Well, I have 4 interns starting next week in my business. Do you think when I got this email saying, you got 4 more interns coming your way, and I went to my calendar and I said, okay, great. I can now take vacation next weekend. Okay, there's a spot here. Okay, I'm going to take vacation this weekend here because I can just take the whole week off, right? I have 4 interns coming. Take the whole month off, right? No, we have to onboard. We have to train them, right? To ensure that they are properly situated in the company, in the business. And so essentially what I'm trying to say here is that the pressure to not take vacation, but it increases actually when you have a team because now you have people counting on you. Right? For those VPs, directors, managers, leading teams, you know what I'm talking about. Now you have people counting on you, which then gets you to false belief number 4. So then you might be saying, but Vanessa, if I leave for just, I have this team of people, if I leave for just a day, right? I have this team of people, I have these coworkers and colleagues, like there's this like important thing happening. Like if I just leave for a day, everything will crumble. Everything will just crumble if I just leave for a day. First off, here's the thing. If things will crumble with you not there, like if literally, like if that statement is true, if you're saying to yourself, if I leave for just a day, Vanessa, everything will crumble. If things will crumble with you not there, and you have a team of people, you're being a bad leader. I'm gonna say it again. It is true that things will crumble with you not there, being there, with you not being present, and you have a team of people, you're being a bad leader, right? Either you hired the wrong people, or you're not setting your business up for success such that even if you did hire the right people, it would still crumble. If any of those are true, schedule a session to talk with me more about that. Okay, we don't have enough time in this episode to talk about that. But essentially, if your business, if your goals, everything will crumble with you not being there, and you actually have a team of people, whether even if it's just like one person, you're being a bad leader. Like, oh, that's what it comes down to. You're being a bad leader. And actually, here you go. Let's put a link in the screen here, right? Schedule a complimentary business session here. Power.vzammy.com. Let's talk about it, right? Power, put a dot, V, my last name, ZAM as in money, Y.com. Power.vzammy.com. And let's schedule time to figure out how you can ensure you become a better leader so that you can ensure that if you do lead for just a day, everything will not crumble. Okay? And I remember those days back when I was in corporate where people would be sick and they would still come to the office and spread the germs because OMG, what they were thinking, oh man, what if I'm just not there for a whole day? I can't take a sick day, right? They're like, oh my God, if I take a sick day, like the world will fall apart. Now, if you're working for the government in some defense or position situation, that may actually be true. But everyone else, right? Take a sick day, be a better leader, be a better coworker, right? Because ultimately, if it's actually true that things will crumble with you not there and you actually have a team of people, you're being a bad leader, right? And even if you're a solopreneur and you're just like, oh my God, if I just take one day off, everything will crumble. That means you don't have the right system and processes in place. So yes, schedule time with me using the link right here in the bottom of the screen. Okay, power.vzammy.com. Then we have, last but certainly not least, false belief number 5. And is this making sense for you guys, right? Let me know what questions do you have, right? Let me know in the comments what questions do you have. Even if you're watching a replay, type it in the chat or the comments below on YouTube, or type in the chat on LinkedIn or Facebook, right? Or if you're watching on a podcast, feel free to send us an email as well too. But essentially, is this making sense to you, right? Ultimately speaking, you do deserve PTO, right? PTO is for everyone. Vacation days for everyone. It's not just for the CEO. And when you hire, it's not like, don't wait to get PTO right when you're able to outsource and delegate, right? Delegating and outsourcing does not make it easier to get PTO. If anything, you're probably like, oh, I have people counting on me, I can't take it even more. But it gets you to false belief number 4, where you're saying to yourself that if you leave for just a day, everything will crumble. Which, if that is the case, you definitely need some help in your business. Schedule time, power.vzammy.com. But then we get the false belief number 5. Right? This is the caring belief. This is the belief that person who's just a protector, is just like, Nessa, I can't go on vacation. People are relying on me, right? Not necessarily that the world will crumble, but they're just like, people are relying on me, right? I'm their leader. I must show up 24/7. I cannot take vacation, right? And it's that take care of everyone else but yourself type of situation. And to this person, I say, they're relying on you. Yes, they're relying on you. They're relying on you to show up, right? But they're relying on you to show up as your best self, because you're no good to anyone in the hospital. And by you not taking the break that you need and instead you're deciding, I'm just going to run myself wild, you will burn out. You will pass out and faint. You will exacerbate, right? Exacerbate. Oh, I'm not saying that word right. What was that? You will worsen a fatal position, right? You probably know someone who's had a heart attack at a young age. Maybe they lived, maybe they didn't live from that, but you may probably know someone who's had that heart attack at a young age. Right? That didn't happen by accident. That wasn't just like a random thing. They're probably building up. And then who is your team calling on? They are relying on you to show up as your best self, right? So take care of thyself. Give yourself a break. And I don't mean, Kit Kat bar, right? Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. No, right? I'm talking about, I don't know why that commercial came out. But anyway, with that being said, give yourself a break, right? Understand that you have a vision and a mission and a purpose that you're working towards. If you are not able to be your best self for that, then what chance does that vision, mission, or purpose have? Growing your business does not have to be this 20-year stressful journey where you and your spouse are always arguing. Your kids are like, where's daddy? Where's mommy? Right? They go feeling abandoned. Like, no wonder divorce rates are so high for high-powered people, right? Here's the thing. There are people who have teams. There are people who make millions. There are people who own properties all over the world and never get to enjoy them because they never actually take time off. Because they, like you, had those false beliefs and they said to themselves, when I get a team, then I will take time off. When I deserve it, then I will take time off. I haven't reached my goal yet, so I don't deserve it. When I then I will take time off. Like, no, stop with that. You have done enough to deserve your time off, right? You are showing up, take your time off, right? If you're at a place where, even if you have a team or you don't have a team, take time off because you are at the center of everything that's happening. You are at the center of your business and life. So take that break that you need. So your next step, after listening here, right, to this episode, your next step or your first step to this week, right, is going to be look at your calendar. Look at your calendar and choose one day in the next 45 days. Don't be like, oh, Vanessa, but this project and this launch and that launch. With the day after that launch. Oh, but Vanessa, the follow-up and the metrics and this and all that. So what you're telling me is that you won't take vacation before, during, or after launch. So you're never taking vacation? Listen to this episode again, right? For the rest of you, yes, one day, right? Go and look in your calendar. One day in the next 45 days. PTO does not have to be a week. Make it a day. Let's say you're like, okay, let me just, some of you have never taken PTO in your life, sorry, so doing one day at a time. One day, that's it, one day, give yourself 24 hours, see how you feel, make yourself a little more comfortable, then do 3 days, do 7 days, right? But start with one day, and make it a day that you're usually working, right, or taking calls, right? So let's say, you're like, oh, Sunday's my PTO day, like, Vanessa, I'm gonna choose this Sunday, that's my vacation day. Do you usually go to work on Sunday? Do you usually do stuff on Sunday, right? Do you actually work on your business or on your, day job on Sundays? No? Okay, great. That's not a vacation day. That's just a Sunday, right? Choose a day where you actually get work done. Like for me, Sunday could be my PTO day because I actually take client calls on Sundays because some of my clients are full-time business owners, but some of my clients are working at a day job and that business at the same time. So they have to demand day jobs. And so Sundays are the time, right? So Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, I do have client calls, right? I also connect with my team as well too. And so if I go on vacation, and I say Sunday I'm taking time off, that's actually a vacation. It's actually like Sunday's off, right? And actually, I did this like a few months ago. Actually, I told my team I'm taking this weekend off. So Sundays, move our Sunday meetings to Monday, essentially, right? And so that's PTO. But ultimately speaking, take that day. Maybe it's a Tuesday or a Thursday, but look in your calendar within the next 45 days and just choose a day. Maybe close your eyes and choose a day, right? For the next 45 days where you're going to take your time off, right? And then block off that time on your calendar as busy, right? Mark it off as busy for the whole day. So now no one can schedule that time over that time, not even you. And make that your day for you, right? You'll thank yourself for it afterwards. You'll thank me for it. It'll be great, right? And ultimately, it really comes down to ensuring that the center of your business and life, which is you as a center, is living up to the best and optimal capacity that it can. Right. And so for more tips on how to find the time to do it all, you're welcome to check out my upcoming masterclass, How to Grow Your Purpose-Driven Business Without Burnout, Sleep Deprivation, or Overwhelm, happening next Tuesday. So you're welcome to check out the site, yourbusinessrevival.com. That's yourbusinessrevival.com. Go up and check out that link, check out that site. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode or on the next class. Chat soon.